Everybody, welcome back to this week's Most Elite podcast. I hope I am not yelling. I turned my mic up because it felt a little, I'll turn it down right now. It felt a little low in my last few videos, and I just wanted to make sure it's not low. So this week we're doing, well, first things first, I have to start every video like this. For those who keep up with the canon of my videos, I am like a few weeks late. That's why I did that little treat for you guys last time where I did 2 videos in 1 week. Because I was supposed to be editing and doing a very large Anthem video. That didn't happen. And the reason it didn't happen is pretty well documented at this point across other game sites. It's been 6 weeks since Anthem released. And I guess that means it's been 6 weeks since I've done one of these. But, yeah, Anthem was a failure. And I just didn't have it in me to beat a dead horse, I guess. And I really, really wanted to do one for Anthem. It's all I thought about leading up to the release of the game and even after the game, after playing for a solid 2 straight weeks. Because at the time I wasn't like working. As I've mentioned in all these podcasts before, I keep getting different jobs frequently. Like I have a new one now because I kind of want my online life to be how I make money instead of my outside of my online life. So I just keep trying different things and, you know, as supplements to this and, you know, whatever. That's why I haven't been around. Anthem recently had a expose, I guess I'll call it, by Kotaku's Jason Schreier. He's a fantastic gaming journalist. He did the bombshell reporting on Destiny's tumultuous development and Destiny 2's as well. So when he writes an article, people tend to listen. And, you know, it pretty much confirmed most of the fears myself and my group of friends had after playing Anthem. It just felt unfinished, and rushed is an understatement. It felt like it was shot out of a gun to the finish line. Like, that's how fast they had to get it out the door. And turns out it took them 12 to 16 months to make the entire game. Now, a lot of people throw around 7-year development, but no, it was a year and a half tops of development for that game. Production, I should say. Development is the conceptualizing of the idea, which they didn't even do. So, you know what? Honestly, you know what? Yeah, 12 months of development. Fuck it. So that being said, I did not do the Anthem video. I would have loved to. I wanted more than anything to do it, but I just couldn't. The game is not a game right now. It has time to turn it around. There's a precedent set in the industry. Blah blah blah. I don't care. It came out in a state that is unacceptable. And a lot of games came out that way, and I didn't play a lot of them. Destiny 1, I stopped immediately when I got to the Vote of Glass because I just couldn't keep playing because it was bad. Division 1, come on. We got to bring that up. It was a shit show, you know? Elder Scrolls Online, shit show. Final Fantasy 14 is the most famous shit show of all. They stopped the game and relaunched it as a new game, and it's probably the best MMO ever made. So there is hope, at least, for Anthem to be the game we all want it to be and know it can be. And here's a word that the article said, potential, was thrown around a lot. Anthem has a lot of potential. Its core gameplay is there, and everything about it. You know, the gameplay feels great. Flying feels great. Thank you, EA, for that. I never thought I'd say thank you, EA, but thank you for the flying. Whatever his Mr. Soderlund, whatever. The guy who was impressed by the flying, thank you, because we have that now. And that makes combat in Anthem feel amazing. Regardless, this is not an Anthem podcast. I've just wasted 4 minutes. I just wanted to give you guys why it's been so long between working a new job and trying to find a new topic. Luckily, this month or last month or whatever month, lots of new games came out. So I got tons of stuff to podcast about. I'm going to record the footage as always. It'll be on this video. But today we're talking about Sekiro. Shadows Die Twice, or Dark Souls if you're nasty. Only my 80s kids get that reference. I was not born in the 80s, but I know a lot of stuff about the 80s. So anyway, Sekiro. What is it? Sekiro is an action game. It's a third-person action game developed by From Software. All of you video gamer guys out there know them from the Dark Souls and Demon Souls series. They've set a bit of a precedent in the industry in terms of difficulty in video games. And it seems like every time they release a game, the argument crops back up. It works its way back up through the muck and mire of, should there be an easy mode in video games? And I gotta say, I don't think so in terms of these games. Like, that's how I'm going to start this. I'm going to say that there shouldn't be an easy mode in the Souls games, because the game is not designed to be hard. The Souls games at least, ask of you your patience, and they ask you to learn your enemy's attack patterns. And the only way to do that is to die a lot. So you have to die quite a bit in order to really excel at the Souls games. Even those pros who can beat all of them wearing nothing and never rolling, that one guy beat all the games without rolling or whatever. Even those guys had to die a lot to learn the attack patterns of the enemies. Once you learn all their attack patterns, it's as simple as staying out of their way when they do their attack and encountering thusly. Sekiro changed all of that. And a lot of the people who played Sekiro when it first came out were like, stop playing this game like a Dark Souls game. And when you ask what that means, it means don't play so patient. Don't wait for the enemies to attack and then attack back, because Sekiro introduced a system called the posture system. And the posture system is what? It's when attacking or receiving attacks, a bar fills up on your character and under the boss characters. When that bar reaches the threshold, their stance is broken, meaning they're left defenseless for a moment, or you are left defenseless for a moment, and any attack made during that defenseless state will be a critical attack, taking your health bar or their health bar. Most bosses have 2 health bars. You have 2 health bars. If you make a critical attack against them, you've killed them. If they have another health bar, they get back up and you fight again until you make another critical attack. If they kill you, they have made a critical attack against you. Sekiro, like all the Dark Souls games, allows you to resurrect upon dying. But unlike the Dark Souls games, you get up right where you died and finish the fight. So, what does that do? It creates a bit of a push and pull between you and the boss. You see, Sekiro, while there is a dodge button in it, I think it's worthless. I think it's useless. There's a new button called a deflect button. The deflect button, L1 on PlayStation, left bumper on Xbox, I guess. I don't know. When an enemy makes an attack, you click it as they attack, and you will deflect their attack. If they make a string of attacks, keep clicking it until you deflect all of them, or just hold guard. But if you just hold guard, your posture goes up quite quickly, and it can break your guard and critical attack you. So you want to master, in the same way as the Dark Souls games ask you to look at their attack pattern, Sekiro acts the same, but they ask you to solve it differently. It's still the same puzzle. How will they attack me? How can I avoid it? But the answers are a little different. The answer is, instead of patient, relax, play, just attack, 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 deflect, deflect, dodge if you want. I don't like the dodge in the game because almost every enemy has tracking moves and they're just going to hit you anyway. Your dodge is like a little back step and they have a wide arcing swing. A lot like the drunk guy and the bull have wide arcing hits that will hit you even if you dodge. So it's best to master that deflect button. And I mean that, master that deflect button. It's more important than the grappling. It's more important than everything, because every fight you're going to be using it. It is your holy grail of staying alive. So the posture system, that's what it is. It's after a certain amount of attacks, the guard is broken, you make a critical attack. Watch, rinse, repeat. That is Sekiro. I mean, if that doesn't sound like something you want to do, then don't do it. But that's the game. You just attack, attack, defend, 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 attack, attack, attack. You never stop. Because if you stop, what happens is the posture meter goes down, effectively resetting their health to 0, meaning you got to do it all over again. A fight can take as long as you want it to take. As long as you're good at deflecting and attacking when the opening is there, you'll succeed in Sekiro. I am not good at those things, so currently I'm getting handled by the game. It's just because, I was trying to play it like Dark Souls. It's not Dark Souls. To be honest, full disclosure here, I didn't even know Sekiro was from Software. I didn't even know they made it. Like, when I saw the sizzle reels and stuff, I guess I never stuck around if they ever announced it. I just saw cool ninja action. It reminded me of like Tenchu. So I was like, oh, I'm going to get that. That's Tenchu. That's awesome. First day I turned it on, imagine my surprise when there's fucking Estus Flask healing and resetting the enemies when you save. I was like, oh, this is Dark Souls. Interesting. So I was taken aback. And then thinking it was Dark Souls, I was getting cooked. So it took me a little bit to understand that it was not Dark Souls and I should not play it as such. But after that, after you figure that out, after you understand deflecting and attacking in those spaces, it really is like the moment between life and death in that game, because the enemy's going to kill you in like 2 or 3 hits, no matter what, except the grunts. Even those guys will fuck you up. But another way they changed it from Dark Souls, because this game is Dark Souls, but it took the conventions of Dark Souls and flipped it on its head. Another way they changed it is, before in Dark Souls, like if you got to a checkpoint and you healed and you saved at a bonfire, all the enemies would respawn and you can go and farm the best route for you for a little bit to get some souls to buy defense or attack or magic attack or more health or more evasion. You leveled up in those games. They had an RPG system. In Sekiro, you're level 1 the entire game. And there are 2 stats, health and attack. You raise your health by acquiring what's called prayer beads. 4 prayer beads make a prayer necklace, which raises your maximum health. You raise your attack by acquiring what's called memories. You get memories and prayer beads from bosses in the game. So you are level 1 until you beat 4 mini bosses. Once you beat 4 mini bosses, they should all drop prayer beads. Some can be found in the world. Some. And they make prayer necklaces, increasing your health, making you live longer the next boss you fight. When you fight named bosses with big health bars, they drop memories. You use those memories to increase your attack from 1 to 2, from 2 to 3. So to get stronger in Sekiro, you actually have to beat the enemies if you're not good at the game, you can't beat. You know, like these enemies are tough. They're tough enemies. But again, all you have to do is learn their patterns, and it's as simple as science. It's like music in motion. Once you learn their patterns, I watched some speedrunners, and I gotta say, I was like, man, these guys make this look so easy. I'm gonna give it a try. So, I was taking a break from Sekiro because I've been playing Devil May Cry. That podcast is coming next. Don't you worry, my DMC fans. I've been playing Path of Exile because it finally released on PlayStation 4. I will do one on that as well. Even though I did do a loot game one, go check out the loot game one. I probably don't have to do Path of Exile, but I'll probably do it anyway. But yeah, so that's Sekiro. It is a From Software game that really sort of changes From Software's philosophy on attack and defense. I guess they didn't. I mean, they really don't want to keep making the same game. I mean, the director of Dark Souls said he's done with it. And yet every game after has been some sort of iteration on Dark Souls. I wouldn't call it necessarily new. The only thing Sekiro does differently is movement. Movement in Dark Souls is really clunky and it's really slow and you really got to think about what you're doing. Sekiro, you're fast. You're a ninja. You can jump and swing. You have a grappling arm. Dude, you have a grappling arm. So in the middle of a fight, you can be like, fuck this, and turn around and jump and grapple to the nearest grapple point and reset the fight to neutral. Get your bearings and get back down there and win. That's really cool. And there's a lot of cool attacks. There's a lot of cool stuff in Sekiro. Giant snakes, headless ghost. There's a lot to enjoy. But to enjoy it, you must master the deflect and the attacking. You must. Because if you don't, it's going to be the most frustrating experience of your life. And you'll find yourself writing articles online like, should games have an easy mode? Back to the opening of this. You guys like that callback? I'm fucking hot. Anyway, back to what I was saying. It should not have an easy mode because this game isn't designed for difficulty. It's actually designed to test your ability to recognize patterns. Because that's all it is. A bunch of patterns that the enemies repeat over and over. Think of it this way. At full health, they have pattern set A. At half health, they have pattern set B. Memorize both of those and you will come out on top. It's that easy. And I know it's like, fuck you, it's that easy. It actually is, guys. Just go and give it a try. Go and look at everything they do in full health and everything they do at half health. And you'll come out on top. But yeah, that's Sekiro, guys. I really like the game. I'm going to get back to beating it. I haven't beat it yet because, again, I've been playing other games and, doing other stuff. But I do like it. So if you haven't picked it up and you're a fan of the Souls series, go and get it just because it's not what you remember. But if you have picked it up and you're struggling, remember what I said. Deflect, attack, attack, and you'll be fine. All right, well, thanks, guys. I'll see you next week with something cool. Rest in peace, Anthem, but something cool. All right, see ya.